G'day, so today I'm doing the Penrith Great River Walk. It's about 10 kilometres. Never done it before, even though I've lived in this area for many years now. So yeah, just starting here. You can join and leave it at loads of different places. So yeah, not really in the bush so much, but it's a pretty iconic place for people to walk and have a nice little stroll, very family friendly from what I hear. So yeah, it's just under 10 kilometres from where I'm starting. And it just loops back around and it crosses the river at some point across a bridge down there. So anyway, let's go. It's a little bit overcast right now. It's just before 7 p.m. and about 25 degrees today, so it's a bit cooler. And I can already hear some birds in one of these trees that I'm passing. I can't see it though. Oh, I just saw it, but probably not going to be able to capture it on the camera. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Don't know what that is. Nice sound though. I'm hearing that bellbird, quite an easy one to pick out. I've got my AirPods in, so I don't know if that's going to be better for capturing sound or worse. I guess I'll find out. Oh, there's that bellbird. I think it's in this tree right here that I'm passing somewhere. It's quite loud. Can't see it, but I can certainly hear it. There's a couple of them. See the mountains in the distance over there. Start of the Blue Mountain range. Okay, some tiny birds just on the path. They flew away now. There's a tiny one just over there. I'll see if I can zoom in on it. Really vivid blue colouring. Don't know what kind of bird it is, but it is tiny. That could fit in the palm of my hand. Oh, it's disappeared into the reeds there now. That colouring was very vivid blue. I do have a bit of a fascination for birds as I've gotten older. My interest in birds has certainly increased, but I haven't really taken the time to educate myself too much on all of the various species and the local species and whatnot, but I just always love to see birds and just find them amazing. So much variety of bird wildlife in Australia. You know, some are obviously easily recognisable, magpies, cockatoos and kookaburras. Obviously, you know, almost anyone can immediately identify those, but you know, like that little bird just there that we saw, I've seen them before, but don't know what they are. So here we are, just alongside the river. So quite a bit of debris, as you can see, fallen trees strewn about, I guess from previous floods, because this river does flood during heavy rain. And I'm pretty sure where I'm standing right now would be underwater when the river comes right up. When it floods, it really floods, like it comes all the way up. And thankfully that doesn't happen very often. As we continue down here, the bellbird population seems to be increasing. I'm hearing them a lot more. That's that really high-pitched single note that you hear, that just one single chime. Those are the bellbirds. And I can see the weir up here. There's a weir in the river. Which we'll have a look at when we get a bit closer. Weirs fascinate me as well. So dangerous if you're on the water. Swimming or on a boat, weirs are deadly. If you go over a weir, the downward flow of water can trap you at the base of the weir, and it's depending on the size of the weir, of course, but it can be essentially impossible to escape, and it just tumbles you around like a washing machine, and you can essentially just get trapped there and drown, and it will capsize boats quite easily. This weir is not huge, but the danger is there nonetheless. You certainly would not want to swim or go over it in a kayak. You'd probably find yourself in a bit of trouble. So I was crossing over this little stream. On the other side here, flowing into the river. Now, I have walked parts of this walk, but I've never done the full loop. This will be the first time I'm doing that. And actually, I mean, we'll see how I go for time. It's saying 2.5 hours, but I think I can do 10 kilometres in less than that if I keep a brisk pace. So some little rapids here, shallow part of the river. Obviously a nice track here that they've installed. Make it nice and easy walking through here. And there's the weir. The river's very low at the moment, like that weir is not even carrying a lot of water over it. It's only the middle section. I have seen this when the river's a bit higher and there's a lot more water flowing over that weir, and it's quite frightening, even though it's a small weir. But right now it presents no danger whatsoever, I don't think, just because the river's extremely low. Just a trickle of water going over it. But when that's in full flow, yeah, you definitely would not want to be anywhere near it. And I'm pretty sure that's why those yellow buoys are there, just to mark the end of the safe zone for any boats or kayaks or swimmers, you know, to go beyond those yellow buoys, because, you know, it just goes too close to the weir, and as I mentioned, that's dangerous. There is a fly buzzing around me, so I apologise if you can hear me swatting away at that. Okay, so speaking of native Australian birds, just over here we can see a couple of magpies, and magpies are actually my favourite bird. I know that might be a little bit controversial to a lot of people. Not a lot of people are not fans of magpies. I think because they obviously swoop during their mating season, but that's only 2 weeks of the year, and they're only protecting their young. It's not like, you know, it's not like they hate you. Just like you would protect your kids if you felt they were in danger. That's all they're doing. And the rest of the year, they're actually super friendly, and one of the most intelligent bird species in the world. From what I understand, they can remember around about 150 to 200 human faces, and recognise and remember that many different people. So if you have any local magpies that you see on a regular basis, there's a really good chance that they know exactly who you are and recognise you every time they see you. And they probably recognise another 100 or 200 odd people around the local area as well. And I think that's pretty amazing, considering how small their brain would be compared to ours. But another reason that they're my favourite bird is that there's just no sound that I love more than the warble of a magpie. It brings me back to my childhood. We used to go on holidays down the south coast, down to like the Ulladulla area, or Burrell Lake to be more specific. And I just remember when we used to go down there for holidays, and often the sound I would wake up to in the morning was the sound of magpies warbling around outside the house that we would stay in. And yeah, it's just such a beautiful sound, but also that nostalgic factor that it always just brings me back to that time. Lots of good memories. So I think just a combination of nostalgia, good memories, and just the fact that they just make the most beautiful sound. You know, out of all the different bird songs, I mean, you just can't top it. It's just such a nice sound that magpies can make. It's such a broad range and variety of sounds as well, but just that iconic warbling sound that you hear in the springtime, it's so nice. So yeah, magpies, don't hate them. They're cool birds. Now that's a gross, dead, rotting fish. So this is like the second video I'm capturing or filming while I'm walking. So the first one was the Knapsack Gully Bridge Trail. And so what I did was I went and I got home and I downloaded some video editing software. And I thought, yeah, I might as well just start, you know, uploading some of these to YouTube. Again, I'm just kind of winging this. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Just something that I've kind of always had in the back of my mind that I want to do. So, you know, I'm just doing it. Not really sure where I'm going to go with it or how often I'm going to upload or whatever, but you got to start somewhere, right? So I'm just going to give it a go. And I don't just want to do bushwalking videos and hiking videos and stuff like that, but I thought, well, I'll start with that. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So yeah, I've got some video editing software, just a free one that I downloaded, and still just using my iPhone here to film, which is probably, you know, compared to other people who've been doing this a while, you're probably like, oh man, get some real gear. But hey, just go easy on me. This is all a bit of an experiment, really, and just fumbling my way through, working this out as I go. So hey, if I enjoy doing it and, you know, I start to get a bit more serious about it, yeah, I might just get some more gear and start to make stuff that's a little bit more professional. I don't know. Or this could just be a big flop and I might just get bored of it, or, you know, whatever. I mean, I'm mainly just doing this for me, and if people like it, that's a bonus. But that's not really my primary motivation. But hey, if it like blows up and it's like awesome and successful, won't complain about that either. So this bridge here goes across to Emu Plains. It is a car and rail bridge, I believe. Or it might just be two bridges really close to each other. It might actually be separate. Let's find out when we go under it. Okay, it's about to go under this bridge, or bridges. I'm just starting to think it is just two separate bridges that are just right next to each other. Probably should look up the history of these bridges, but yeah, it looks like, if we have a look here, yeah, so we've got the bridge on the right is the train, so the trains traverse on that bridge, and the one next to it is road traffic, so all your cars go on that one. And it looks like these bridges were obviously built at different times, I'm guessing, unless they were just purpose built like this, but I don't know. If I were to hazard a guess, maybe there was just one bridge initially just for cars, and then when the railway line got extended out over to Emu Plains, they built the second bridge so that they could have, you know, one for the trains and one for the cars. I don't know. I'm completely guessing, completely speculating. I have no knowledge about the history of these bridges, but they're clearly two very different styles. I mean, this one on the left here is the big sandstone architecture, and you can see it's a much nicer piece of architecture in terms of, like, it looks like it's like something that would be heritage listed, whereas this one looks to be much more modern, like just normal bricks, right? Just your standard bricks, and it's just a whole lot uglier in general. So perhaps this one was, you know, the original bridge, and then later on they built this one for the trains. I don't know. Total speculation, totally guessing. I could be just way off there. I might look it up after this walk and try and find out what the story is. I can't see any plaques or anything to give me any information, so basically just spitballing here. Let's keep going. Okay, so we could cross here, but we're going to walk way further down the river. This is not the actual turnaround point. We're way further to go, so I better get a move on. Just turn the camera to the right as I walk past this dude. Again, I don't want people to feel awkward as I'm walking past, just holding this phone camera up in their face. Not sure what the etiquette is. Like at a distance, I don't really care that much, but as I'm walking like right past them, it just feels a bit weird. Anyway, some loud music coming from over there. There's obviously some sort of party going on. There's some restaurants up here as well. The river views. So shall we keep going? Better start walking faster because we'll run out of daylight, I think, if I don't get a bit of a step on. Not that I'm worried too much about that, but don't want to be out too late. It is Sunday evening, work tomorrow. Last week of work before we break for Christmas. So yeah, so I got this software, just free software, DaVinci Resolve. I'm sure a million people are using that. I've done a little bit of video editing in the past using Sony Vegas, quite a long time ago though. And that was just doing some video game editing, like footage of video games. I am a video gamer. And yeah, you have captured some video game stuff and put some of that stuff on YouTube. But yeah, long time ago, and done a couple of other little projects here and there for work, but I mean, I haven't really done any video editing. There's a little blackbird here. Give me a second, let me zoom in on this little guy. A little dude there pecking around that dry grass. So I guess that's a blackbird. No idea though. I mean, again, I should really educate myself on all the species of birds, but I've seen these birds around. They're pretty cool. One bird I do know, in addition to those other iconic ones that I mentioned earlier, is the Indian Mynas, which I hate because they are an invasive species. And the reason I hate those birds, and look, okay, I say I hate them, I know that they're just birds and it's not their fault, but they are a pest. They're extremely territorial, and the problem with them, like they were introduced to Australia sometime in the past, I don't know when, but problem with them is that because they're extremely territorial and quite aggressive, they always chase away the native Australian birds, and they're putting those other birds at risk of kind of pushing them out of their natural habitats and chasing them away. They're just bullies. They're just little bully birds, basically. They can't live in harmony with the native Australian birds. So I see them constantly in my backyard chasing away, you know, the noisy miners. So noisy miners are native Australian birds. Lovely birds. So they chase the noisy miners away, they chase the magpies away, they chase, you know, the crows, you know, they pretty much chase everything away. They're just totally dominant, like you know, and aggressive and just bullies. You know, sometimes we put some rice out in the backyard or whatever for the birds to come and peck away at, you know, and you'll see some noisy miners might come down to have a little bit of a feed. And then before you know it, some Indian miners come and chase them away and start eating the food for themselves. And any time another bird attempts to approach, or even if a bird just comes and sits on the fence to wait patiently for the Indian miners to go away, the Indian miners will actually actively go and chase away, you know, the other birds. It's just annoying, and I hate it. So I know some councils put a program in place to try to cull the population of the Indian miners. I haven't checked if Penrith Council have something like that in place, and again, this is something that's on my list of things to do that I just haven't got around to doing yet. But I'd like to sort of participate in helping to cull the Indian miner population, because we just don't want them to overtake and chase away all of our native birds, because Australia's got one of the most diverse bird populations anywhere in the world. And, you know, our birds are so awesome. Like, we just got such amazing birds, and, you know, these Indian miners are just ugly things and they don't do anything. So yeah, Indian miners, if you want to look into those and help to cull the Indian miner population, please do. You'll be doing Australia a favour. Anyway, that's my little rant about Indian miners, the one bird that I don't like. But I love all the other birds. In fact, is that an Indian miner right there? Yes, it is. Okay, so here's what an Indian miner looks like. It's gonna probably fly away. Make sure I don't get run over while I'm focusing on this bird. So the Indian miner just flew in and landed on that person's lawn there. So they're brown, some white tails, white feathers in the tail, yellow beak, a bit of yellow around their eyes. That is an Indian miner. The other thing I'll mention about Indian miners, apparently, like, they tend to they mate with one other bird for life, I think. I have to double check that. So in the whole culling idea is, you know, you often see two of them together, similar to kookaburras. I think, you know, you see two kookaburras together, and that's their mate, and they stick with each other for life. And so with the culling situation, you only need to capture and get rid of one of them, and that's enough to start to cull the population. So anyway, coming back to what I was saying about video editing. So yeah, look, a little bit of experience video editing, long time ago. Certainly, I would probably call myself very amateur when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, whatever ends up going on YouTube is going to be pretty bare bones. But hopefully over time, if I do continue to do this and it's all working out okay, I'll get more experience. We'll see where it goes. But let's just start off simple. I do have a bunch of other videos that I did. I used to be a hang glider pilot for a couple of years. I didn't stick at it for a number of reasons, but I've got about 10 or 12 hang gliding videos that are still up on YouTube, on my other channel. So yeah, did obviously some video editing to get those up as well. But yeah, again, it's all pretty bare bones. Just put some music to it and a couple of captions, and that's about it really. Nothing fancy. All right, so we have just come through that neighbourhood and we're hitting some sort of parklands again. This is like a really nice reserve, actually. We've come down here quite a few times, and they've done a bunch of development, which we'll see a bit further up. There's like a bunch of restaurants, and they've, the local council or whatever has built a nice new playground recently for the kids, and they're kind of, it seems there's more construction going on down there, so I don't know what's happening, but it seems like they're investing quite a bit down here to kind of create a little bit of a community hub and a bit of nightlife and like restaurants and, you know, a bit of buzz. So yeah, it's cool. It's just a nice little place to come and have a picnic. You know, these trees here provide plenty of shade on a hot day, and the river is just behind. You can't see it because of those bushes, but like all those trees down there. But yeah, all those trees that you can see through these other trees, if that makes sense, the ones right that create that wall as far as you can see over there. Yeah, those trees, behind those trees is Nepean River, which we will be able to see when we walk up a little bit further. So the river's basically just over there. But yeah, look, this is just a nice little area. And as you'll see a bit further down, we'll come to the playground. Lots of people riding bikes, walking their dogs, going for jogs, taking their kids down to the playground for a play. There's always ice cream vans and plenty of activity down there when the weather's nice. And yeah, as I said, there's a bunch of restaurants down there as well. Bar and restaurant, and it's just looking quite good, but still some stuff being constructed. I don't know what. Yeah, but yeah, I'll show you when we get a bit further down. So just walking along, and I noticed up ahead, which I'm sure you can see, there is a tree painted blue. I have no idea why this tree is blue. I've never seen this before. It certainly stands out. So we're going to have a look. There is a sign on there. But yeah, check it out. So weird. It's completely blue. Obviously not natural. Okay, let's have a look. Why is this tree blue? Well, that's the question. Blue Tree Project is a charity helping start difficult conversations and kicking the stigma of mental health. Okay. Okay, so this is to draw awareness to mental health. That's nice. So I'm just going to take a photo of this. Be right back. All right, so that was different. See you later, blue tree. Really stands out though, doesn't it? I think blue is a colour that doesn't often appear in nature, and so, you know, when you see something like that, it just stands out straight away. It's just like, yep, that's probably not natural. Not to say that there's no blue in nature, of course there is, but like that little blue bird we saw earlier in the walk. But overall, I think blue is a much rarer colour than most other colours that you see in nature. So it always is quite the eye-catching thing. Of course, we have blue bottles, we have blue-ringed octopuses. There are blue things out there that happen in nature. But yeah, when you see a tree like that, like even from this distance, it's just like, it just catches the eye. It's just like, okay, something going on there. But it also often spells danger, like those other two examples, blue-ringed octopus, blue bottle. Often vivid colours in nature means danger, stay away, don't touch me. I don't know if you guys saw that, I think it was maybe a year ago or something, or not that long ago. Someone posted a TikTok, a young girl, and she came across a blue-ringed octopus in a rock pool, and she didn't understand or know the danger of that a blue-ringed octopus poses, and like she just thought it was a harmless little cute little octopus, and so she just went right on ahead and picked the thing up and was handling it, filming it for TikTok, and she's like, oh, look at this cute little octopus. And of course, I mean, luckily she did not get stung by it or bitten by it, or I don't know how they work. Do they bite? I think they bite. They've got a beak or something and they bite you. But yeah, it's highly venomous, like octopus, right? They can certainly kill a human being. And anyway, as soon as she posted it, obviously everybody was like, yeah, you kind of just had a very close call to death and you're really lucky to be alive right now. And she learnt quickly just how much danger she was in, and it's just super lucky that even though she was handling this octopus just with carefree abandon, it, for whatever reason, did not poison her, and she got away with that one. But I don't think she'll be handling any of those if she sees them again. She's now educated, thanks to social media. Okay, so along this stretch is where a lot of people come on the weekend to have picnics. There's a children's playground back up there, and just some park area here. As you can see, picnic tables down there, some people chilling out, enjoying the nice summer daylight, the longer hours, the longer days. And this just continues on down to the restaurants that I mentioned earlier, and the bigger park that's more recently been constructed, and you can see some temporary fencing here where there's more construction works going on. So I don't know what they're planning to do, but I think that there's plans to sort of build this area up a little bit more and create like a bit of a thriving sort of hustle bustle area of attractions just for people to come down and chill out, have a meal, come down with the family and whatnot. So yeah, I guess we'll see what comes of it. Okay, so we'll just have a walk and have a look at what this thing is. Pretty sure this was not here when I was here last time, which wasn't that long ago. I think this is more or less brand new. And this is obviously stylized, like these things here are obviously rusted pieces of metal, but I think that's deliberate. Like, it's not rusted because it's been here ages. Like, this looks brand new, and they've chosen these rusted pieces of metal as a style for this pathway. But yeah, this all looks like brand new to me, unless I just missed it. But I mean, that's possible, I guess. Yeah, it's quite busy down here, which is good, and that's the whole purpose of the council investing in these kinds of things, is to get people out and about. But yeah, look, there's actually this looks like it joins up further down, which is good. So I just noticed these rocks here have been arranged in like a bit of a spiral pattern, bit of artwork there with these stones. It's pretty cool. Just to add to the aesthetics of the place. Oh, river's right there. So we're right next to the river now. But again, this whole area is just nice, like for picnics, plenty of room, heaps of space. Let's check out the river. Quite peaceful. Just aiming this way to avoid filming kids and people.
Talking about the girls or the boys?
So yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's after 7 p.m. now, and there's still just loads of people out. Families, kids, people walking, kicking balls, chilling out. Some steps down here just leading to a little kind of wharf, I guess that is. People must go down there and fish. Right, and just up there is like the new playground that was built pretty recently, like in the last 6 months, I think. Like, it's pretty new. Like, it's December 2023 now, so I think it was built earlier this year. So it's all pretty much brand new as far as I'm aware. So it's good. So just approaching this playground. Plenty of families still here. And there's another little wharf, stairs leading down, and some people are fishing. Playground area. And river, and I've just spotted a rope hanging off that tree. Obviously that's for swinging out and jumping into the water. Might just go down a bit closer and have a look. I can see someone's hammered in some pieces of timber on the tree to make it climbable. As you can see, there goes a duck. Wow, those rungs go all the way up. That'd be pretty nasty if you fell down from up there, but someone's obviously been up there to hammer those in. Kind of scary. Okay, so I believe that bridge over there is where I'm going to cross the river, and then we're going to walk back on the other side, all the way along, all the way back up to that other footbridge that was way over there, and then we'll cross back over to this side and then essentially double back to where I started. So that's the plan for the rest of this walk. The sun's actually still above the horizon by the looks of it. It's about 7:30 now, I think. Still loads of daylight left. I think we must be fairly close to the summer solstice. So the days are super long, which I love. Okay, so I've just come up from the river a little bit on the road here. River's just over there, and this is the shops I was talking about, or the restaurants. It's just a whole heap of restaurants here. So I've eaten at a couple of these restaurants, not all of them. I don't know exactly how many restaurants are here, but there's quite a few. So yeah, and they've just done a whole bunch of development down there by the river, chairs and other places for people just to hang out. There's a gym up there as well. So yeah, some licensed restaurants, ice cream bar, cafes. Hey, sup? That's some locals for you. So it looks like that's a Lone Star restaurant there. That's pretty cool. Man, I haven't had Lone Star for years. Might have to go have some dinner there sometime. And so yeah, so there's that bridge. We're heading over there. We're going to cross that bridge. As I said before, we're going to walk over the river on that bridge, and we are going to head back on the other side of the river. My battery's running out quite quickly, so it's a lesson I need to learn for next time. Either bring a one of those charger things, power pack, power bank, whatever they're called. Because yeah, all this filming and using the app at the same time is just draining my battery quite quickly. I wasn't fully charged when I started, but Still, I'm down to like below 20% now. So hopefully I have enough to get back. If not, I'll just stop filming as much. I'll only try and film when there's like something super interesting or I've got something to talk about. All right, so I've crossed the bridge. There's the bridge, walked over there, came down this side. So pretty much the rest of this walk, well, the next good chunk of it anyway, is just along the river here and along this road. Okay, I can hear a kookaburra starting to do its laugh, but not breaking out into that iconic laugh. Oh, there he is. It's a bit dark, so I don't know if we can capture this. There's old mate sitting on the tree up there, and he just started to do his laugh, but it stopped. He didn't do the big... Oh, there's another one I can hear down the road. Maybe he was answering that one. I'm hoping to capture it. Come on, mate. Do you laugh? Oh, here he goes. Yes. It's still going. Yes. Okay. That I did not expect at all. I've got this grin ear to ear on my face. That was epic. Thanks, mates. Okay, so I've just arrived here. We're sort of getting close to the footbridge. So there's a whole bunch of construction going on here, like a massive development area. And I think they're building like, you know, again, like just a whole bunch of stuff to attract families, and I think they're putting a kids playground in here and a bunch of other stuff. Now this footpath here, it's all new. This wasn't here last time I was here, and it's let's just have a look, see where it goes. Now it is getting dark now. It's after 8 p.m. and so hopefully this this footage still looks okay. I mean, this is just, I'm just using an iPhone to film. It's an iPhone 14 Pro, so I think the camera's pretty decent on these, but I guess we'll wait and see. It looks okay on my screen right now. We'll see how it looks later. But yeah, look, this is all a brand new path. This definitely wasn't here last time I was here. Last time I was here was, you know, within the last few months. So not that long ago. And yeah, this is all brand new. The path just zigzags down here. I'm guessing this joins up to the footbridge where we're going to cross back over the river. So let's find out. Yeah, so they seem to just be investing a lot and just developing a lot in this area, which is good. It is a nice area, so why not make the most of it and build it up, put some nice features in, make it attractive for families to come down and enjoy the scenes and the river. Here's just a nice sort of cement area that they've built next to the river. Again, another feature. think it's going to be nice when they finish doing all the construction. Okay, so there's the footbridge. I've got less than 5% battery left, so I'm probably not going to film any more. Just want to save the last bit of battery for a little bit of an outro when I get to the end. So yeah, I'm just going to cross back over to the other side of the river and essentially just double back to the first part of the walk, double back on that, back up to where I parked my car. And that's it, the Great River Walk. Okay, just got back to the car, driving home. I think I underestimated the length of time that took me, but probably because I was just walking super slow at the beginning of the walk and stopping and smelling the roses and filming and rambling, and I was just going really slow. I kind of picked up the pace in the second half of the walk. So yeah, it's 9:15 now and it's pretty much dark. That last stretch of the walk there, it was a bit sketch because it was kind of a secluded area. And again, I'm on my own here, so I just kind of had to have my wits about me. You just never know, right? I've passed a few people there, and I don't know, I'm just always on alert in situations like that, because, you know, if someone had it in their mind to, I don't know, mug me or something, you know, that would be an ideal place and opportunity, you know, out of sight of everyone, and I'm on my own and whatnot. But yeah, obviously that didn't happen. Here I am driving home now. So yeah, that was the Great River Walk along the Nepean River at Penrith. First time I've done that whole walk. I have walked parts of that track, you know, before, but never done the whole loop. So yeah, it was good. Very easy walk. It's just paved the whole way, so nothing too challenging. But yeah, about 10 kilometers in total. So yeah, a nice place to walk. And as you saw, plenty of parks and stuff. You can just go have a picnic along the river. It's quite a nice part of Penrith. So anyway, thanks for watching. Signing off. Cheers.